Hello and happy February. This video is a little bit late. I lost my SD card reader. I was looking for it for a couple weeks and then I finally bought a new one. And then I found it literally the day the new one was delivered. So I'm a bit behind on videos overall. But this is the first weekend of February, so you know, close enough. We're only a few days in and I'm genuinely resetting today because I haven't had a chance yet. So this still counts. But quick review of January, I guess. January was weird. It was definitely a month of like change and unexpected change at that. And like finally settling down after such a crazy few months. I feel like we didn't take a break from like October onwards until January out here. So I feel like finally I'm here right now and I don't have any plans to go anywhere yet in 2023. So it's sort of like a nice indefinite period of time where I can create a routine and finally get into it, have the chance to be solid and consistent. And I'm excited about that because I always have excuses for myself why I'm not, and now I can have them. That's good. January, overall a very wild month. Also, this past week, we were dog sitting for our friend Shelby, this sweet little angel named Claire. It was so nice to have a little buddy, especially since I was alone for the first time. It was so nice to be like, oh, I have a little guy to hang out with. And so, since we found out Kenan was having an in-person job, I've been pushing for a dog my entire life. I finally won my parents over in 2019, and then I moved out in 2020, like an idiot. Well, no, I had to do it, but I got a dog, Marley, the most angelic little boy in the world, and then I left, and that was sad, and I miss him very much every day, all the time. And then I got a cat, and I was severely allergic to it, and that became very apparent when I started working from home and we were in each other's space 24/7. So unfortunately, I had to give it up for adoption over the summer before we moved here, and that was literally the worst day of my life. It was very rough, and I still get upset when I think about it because, you know, you never want to adopt an animal and then not be able to provide for them. That's just, it's not good. I went to extra pains this time to make sure I super duper was not allergic because I absolutely cannot go through that again. I can't go through loving an animal and giving it up. I wouldn't want to put an animal through that again. That was terrible. Genuinely, #1 worst moment of my life. Anyways, I've been looking online since we found out Kenan was gonna have an in-person job for hypoallergenic dogs, and any poodle mix I know I'm not allergic to, which is great. There are not very many of those out here in Colorado unless you want to buy one from like a breeder, which no, I don't want to do that. And I applied to probably like 10 to 15 over the course of the month, and I got asked to come meet one this past week, and we met him and he was perfect and he was so adorable and a little angel, and I adopted him. He's mine. His name is going to be Iggy. He is a mini Aussie doodle, which I didn't know existed. But he's only 4 months old. He's super hyper. He's so small and so fluffy and just, he's adorable, little wiggle butt. And so tomorrow we go pick him up and I'm so excited about it. So definitely the highlight of January was getting a puppy. I don't know if that counts for January or February, but I adopted him literally January 31st, I think. We'll count it as January for now. Anyways, we're gonna go over the goals from last month, and we're gonna go over the goals for this upcoming month, and then I'm gonna try actually doing something else to just, you know, get my life in order with you. I'm gonna try meal planning, because that is something my therapist and I have decided that I want to work on, because when I don't have like set schedules and set routines for stuff like that, it is very easy for me to fall into disordered eating habits. So just a heads up, possible trigger warning. I'm not sure how much I'll talk about it, but it is something that heavily affects my life and I'm working through it. And so this will be a part of that. Yeah, let's look at January's goals and see how we did. here we go. So I actually went over it all and planned out my goals already. So I'm just sharing with you what I've done. January goals, if we'll remember, I wanted to read 4 books. I did that. I surpassed that. I read 6 books this month. That's insane for me. I'll go through bouts where I'll read literally a book in a day, and then I'm like, whoa, that was a lot. And then I don't read for the rest of the week. I'd say my 2 favorites were probably Jeanette McCurdy's autobiography or memoir. I don't know what the difference is really. I think it's memoir. That really hit hard, and she's an incredible author, and I really liked her narrative voice. So hope she continues to write more. And then also Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo, which is the sequel to Ninth House. It's a series about Alex Stern. I mentioned that I was reading it in my last video, and it was fantastic. I liked it a lot better than the first book, which I liked the first book, but I loved the second book. So very much recommend that series if you're into dark academia, secret societies, and like magic and that stuff. Big fan. Work out at least twice a week. I did that. I went to the gym quite a lot this month, especially considering it was so busy. I tried to go to the gym even more, but sometimes it was too busy and I couldn't get a treadmill, so I left. But I definitely worked out in some way or another at least twice per week this month, and I'm very proud of that. We'll see how that works this month. Hopefully I can get that motivation back. Obviously I'm going to be walking Mr. Iggy a lot, so that should certainly help with, you know, like motivation to move my body. Also, my complex is supposed to have a gym. It's just literally been under construction the entire time we've lived here, and we've been here for 6 months. So that is meant to open in the next few weeks or so. It was also meant to open in October and then November. So who's to say? But once that's open, I will likely just be going there, and it'll be so much easier, and I'll have less excuses to make. Upload 3 YouTube videos. I did that, baby. No, I literally didn't. I don't know why I thought I did, but I didn't. I uploaded 1. I've had uploaded 3 videos total at this point, but I didn't. Sorry for lying. Clean out my closet, donate, and depop. I started my depop. I started actively using it. I sold like 6 or 7 things, which is very nice, honestly. I thought it was going to take a lot longer. I enjoy it very much, and it is down below if you want to check out some fun plus size trendy items. I have a very bad habit of buying things at the end of a season to save until the next season, and by the time it's the next season, I don't want it anymore. So yeah, I have a lot of clothes to get rid of almost constantly, and I'm trying to upcycle them. This year's trying to be a low spend year for me. Let me know if you'd be interested in like budgeting and money videos. I have like 0 experience in it, and I'm very bad at it, but I think that's what might make it interesting, is because we would be learning how to do things at the same time. And if you would have any tips, I would love to hear them. Anyways, I'm trying to only thrift clothes or buy new clothes maybe once a season, and only buy used books or go to the library from here on out, at least until my birthday. And my birthday's in May, so that's, you know, 3 more months. One of these months will be a low spend month where I won't be able to spend money on myself besides necessities. And so I think I will be documenting that. Let me know if you're interested in it, and perhaps I will dive into how I'm trying to learn how to budget. I downloaded a spreadsheet from Etsy that's helping me figure it out, but God, is it scary to see how I spent my money. And it's not good, but you know what? That's the point, ain't it? That's definitely the point. We've got our February goals. The first one, post 3 YouTube videos again. I thought that was very reasonable, especially considering like I just barely did it. Once again, I did not actually do it. Sorry. We're going for 3 this month, baby. Walk twice a day. That obviously will be much easier with Iggy. And my goal is to not just, you know, take him out so he pees and come back. I want it to be at least like a 20-minute to a half an hour walk each time. Just so he gets his exercise. As a puppy, he's gonna need a lot of it, and I get my exercise too, because it's good for me. And there are a few parks around here that are like considerable walking distance, but I can walk them. I just need a reason to. And having a dog will certainly be a reason to. Up next, read 5 books. 5 books, when I wrote it, I was like, oh, hell yeah. But now I'm in one of my like, oh, I just read a lot of books, I'm taking a break slumps. So we'll see. Hopefully I can do it. We'll see. Visit the library 3 times. This is gonna be a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be when I wrote this down. I currently don't have a printer anymore, but the library has a printer that I can use for free. So every time I go I get a depop order, I need to go to the library to print out the label. So I already went once today. That's, you know, one off the list. I'm definitely going to be plenty more than 3 times. But it's a lovely place. I'm very much obsessed with it. I'm going to try to visit the library a lot this month. How about that? And then try meal prepping. So this is what we're going to get on to next. Planning though. We're going to try meal planning. I certainly work best with a plan laid out for me. And I think by planning out all of my meals, and also now since I'm going to be the only one home cooking all of them, there's really no excuses. Like, I just got to do it. So I will be meal planning at least for this week, which is this will be the first full week of February, second week of February, whatever. Semantics. But yeah, I am going to try planning out some meals with you right now. Let's get at her. Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay, I love you.
I love you too.
All right, I came up with a meal plan that is pretty solid. The idea behind this is if I decide when I'm going to eat each thing, it doesn't give me the option to be like, well, I could also just like have 3 cookies and skip the meal. You know, I'm a big snacker, and when I don't know what I want to eat for a meal, I will just have snacks. And then that turns into like 3 or 4 snacks for a meal when it should just be 1 meal. You know, I'm trying not to count calories, just because that sometimes leads to obsessive thinking. And so I'm doing my best to eat intuitively, but also like set myself up for success with the meals being planned out prior. Need to now write out my grocery list based on this. And I am going to do that now. But I'm just gonna type it out on my phone. You don't need to see that. Yeah. So I fully had every intention of showing you guys me grocery shopping and then possibly meal prepping, except then I got overwhelmed by Saturday because I was too ambitious. Your girl was a little too ambitious. So I forgot my camera when I went to Target, and okay. Iggy's just scratching himself. I was like, what is that noise? Anyways, so I forgot to end this video. So that's what I'm doing now. Thank you so much for watching and for resetting with me for February. It wasn't insane, but I like going over the goals and keeping myself held accountable. So please feel free to share with me any goals you have for February. I would love to hear them. That's all. That's all I got. Have a fabulous day, evening, weekend, whenever you watch it. Bye.